It is such a pleasure to be with you again today. I always picture us gathered together, like a group of friends in a cozy living room, sipping tea, chatting about life, and sharing the little things that make our days brighter and easier. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We're going to talk about the small helpers that can make our homes calmer, tidier, and kinder to our bodies. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever walked through your home and seen a trail of little messes? Shoes kicked off in the living room, reading glasses forgotten in the kitchen. A cardigan is lounging on the back of a dining chair. Maybe even a book resting halfway open on the arm of the sofa, waiting for you to come back. And then, as if that weren't enough, you notice the dust. You wipe it off the shelf, only to see it float back down as if it's mocking you. I think we've all been there. And here's the thing. Clutter and dust are small problems on their own. But when they pile up, they start to weigh us down. Physically, yes, but also mentally. The good news? You don't need to spend hours cleaning. You don't need fancy equipment. And you certainly don't need to exhaust yourself. Today, I want to share with you two of my favorite little tricks. Both come from my friend Nancy, who has a knack for finding gentle solutions to everyday problems. The first is what we call the basket shuffle, a simple way to keep clutter under control without endless back and forth trips. The second is something I like to call Microfiber Magic, a cleaning helper that makes dusting quicker, easier, and safer than the old ways. Two helpers, both simple, both inexpensive, but together they can transform the way you care for your home. Before we go any further, can I ask you a little favor? If you enjoy these gentle chats and find them helpful, would you give this video a quick thumbs up? It's such a small click, but it helps more friends like you find our community, and it lets me know you'd like to see more tips like these. So let's settle in, and I'll tell you all about how Nancy uses these tricks and how you can too. Nancy's story and the basket shuffle. Nancy is in her 70s now. She's cheerful, sharp, and proud of her independence. She loves her home, every book, every family photo, every cozy corner. But like many of us, she found herself struggling with the small stuff. Each day, she would notice shoes left in the living room. Her glasses were sitting where she last set them down. A sweater draped across a chair. A half-read magazine was waiting on the coffee table. At first, she'd just pick things up one at a time. Take her glasses to the bedroom. Walk back. Take the sweater to the closet. Walk back again. Then return the shoes. Walk back again. By evening, she felt tired, not from gardening or a pleasant walk, but from endless little trips inside her own home. Her knees ached. Her back complained. And the worst part? She felt like she was always tidying, but never really finished. One day, Nancy thought, there has to be a better way. She looked around and spotted an empty basket she used to store knitting yarn. Lightweight, with two sturdy handles. She picked it up and decided to give it a new job. From that day on, she called it her little helper. Here's what she did. Once a day, usually in the morning, Nancy took her basket on a gentle walk through the house. Instead of carrying each item back to its home immediately, she simply placed it into the basket. Shoes, glasses, a stray cup, a cardigan, it all went in. When the basket was full, or when she'd finished her sweep, she walked calmly back through her home and returned everything in one single trip. No rushing. No bending over 10 times. No wasting energy on little back and forth journeys. She told me, my basket is like an extra pair of hands. It keeps me from running around like a maid in my own house. And she was right. The basket shuffle gave her more than a tidier home. It gave her peace of mind. Her house looked calmer. She felt calmer. And she had more energy left over for things she actually enjoyed. Why the basket shuffle works. Let's pause for a moment and talk about why this works so well, especially for us in our later years. 1, it saves energy. Our energy is precious. We want to use it for the things we love. Reading, gardening, playing with grandchildren, or enjoying a walk. Why waste it running laps around the house? With the basket shuffle, you gather once, return once, and you're done. 2, it's easier on the body. Think about how many times a day we bend, stoop, or climb stairs just to put something away. Those small movements add up. For someone with sore knees, a tender back, or stiff hips, they can make the difference between feeling fine at night or feeling worn out. The basket shuffle cuts those motions down dramatically. 3. It reduces risk. Multiple quick trips mean more chances to trip over a rug, bump into furniture, or misstep on the stairs. Fewer trips mean fewer risks. 4. It creates calm. Clutter doesn't just fill space, it fills our minds. When we see piles of things out of place, it nags at us even if we don't realize it. By giving everything a return journey in the basket, the house looks calmer, and so do we. 5. It's adaptable. Live in a 2-story house. Keep a basket at the bottom of the stairs. Place items in it during the day and carry it up only once. Live in a small apartment? Use a smaller basket or even a tote bag. Prefer to tidy at night? Do the basket shuffle before bed and wake up to a fresh, organized space. Nancy even discovered a bonus use. When her grandchildren visited, she handed them the basket and turned tidying into a game. Who can gather the toys the fastest? The children thought it was playtime. Nancy thought it was genius. And that makes me curious. How about you? Do you have little tricks like this in your own home? Maybe a clever way to keep things tidy, or a habit that makes your day run more smoothly. I'd love to hear them. Go ahead and share your ideas in the comments below. Not only do I enjoy reading them, but your tips might inspire and help someone else in our community, too. Demonstration and safety tips. Let me walk you through exactly how Nancy does her basket shuffle, step by step. Step 1. Choose your basket. Look for something lightweight. A big laundry basket can be heavy and awkward. Better to use a smaller one. Handles are important. They give you a firm grip. Material doesn't matter much. Plastic, wicker, or even fabric totes all work. Step 2. Pick a home for your basket. Nancy keeps hers by the living room, since that's where clutter tends to gather. You might prefer the hallway, near the stairs, or in the kitchen. Step 3. Take your walkthrough. Move slowly. Place each item gently in the basket. Don't rush and don't overload. Step 4. The calm return trip. Once your basket is filled, or once you've made your sweep, walk calmly through and return each item. Shoes back to the closet, glasses to the nightstand, book to the shelf. Safety reminders. Don't overload the basket. Lighter is better. Avoid carrying fragile items with heavier ones. If you need to, make 2 rounds. Wear sturdy shoes or slippers with grip. If bending is difficult, keep a reacher tool nearby to lift things without strain. That's it. A small change, but it can make an enormous difference. Nancy and the dust problem. Now let's talk about Nancy's second little helper, the microfiber magic. Dust. That's sneaky, never-ending visitor that settles everywhere. Nancy used to use old t-shirts for dusting. She'd wipe the shelves, polish the arms of her chairs, and rub picture frames until they shone. She worked hard, but within minutes the dust was back. She told me, "It's like I'm chasing it around. I wipe, it floats. I wipe again, it floats back down." Then she tried microfiber cloths, and everything changed. Microfiber is a special fabric made up of incredibly fine fibers, so fine you can't even see them. These tiny threads are designed to grip onto dust and hold it tight. Instead of pushing dust around, microfiber cloths trap it. Nancy was stunned. With just a gentle swipe, the dust was gone. No sprays, no scrubbing, no chemicals. Just the cloth and a little water. She said, "It's like my clothes are doing the work for me." And it wasn't just easier. It was safer. Without chemical sprays, her skin wasn't drying out. Her lungs weren't irritated. Her furniture looked cleaner than it had in years. Now, Nancy keeps microfiber cloths in several rooms: the kitchen, bathroom, and living room. She even color-coded them: blue for glass, yellow for kitchen, green for bathroom. That way, she never mixes them up. Dusting went from being a constant frustration to a simple, quick, almost effortless task. Microfiber demonstration and deep tips. Here's how Nancy uses her microfiber magic. For dusting, she keeps the cloth dry. Dry microfiber acts like a magnet for dust. A quick swipe, and the dust clings instead of floating away. For cleaning surfaces, she dampens the cloth slightly. With just a mist of water, microfiber wipes down counters, mirrors, and glass with no streaks. For mirrors and windows, just a damp cloth, then a dry one to buff. Shiny, streak-free glass, no sprays required. For delicate surfaces, she uses a gentle touch. Microfiber is soft and safe for wood, electronics, and even eyeglasses. Washing microfiber. Wash in the machine, but avoid fabric softener. It clogs the fibers. Air dry or tumble on low. They last for years if cared for properly. Nancy's extra tips. Keep one in the car for wiping dashboards. Use them in the bathroom for faucets. They make them sparkle. Reserve one just for eyeglasses. So much better than tissues. The magic of microfiber is that it makes cleaning lighter, safer, and faster. And at our age, that's a blessing. Final thoughts. So, my friends, there you have it. Nancy's two little helpers. A basket for the clutter. A cloth for the dust. Neither is complicated. Neither is expensive. But together, they've transformed her daily routine. Her home feels calmer. Her body feels less strained. And her mind feels lighter. And that's the beauty of these small tricks. They aren't about perfection. They aren't about living in a spotless house. They're about creating a space that feels safe, manageable, and peaceful for you. So next time you notice your shoes in the living room, or a layer of dust on the shelf, don't sigh. Don't feel defeated. Just remember Nancy's helpers, the basket and the cloth, and smile as you put them to work. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you already use a basket or microfiber cloths? Do you have other simple helpers that make life easier? Share your tips in the comments. I always read them, and so do others in our community. If you enjoyed this time together, please give the video a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, subscribe so you don't miss our next video. Until then, take care of yourself, move gently, and may your home always be filled with comfort, safety, and joy. Bye for now.